Hi everybody, this is video number 3, more detail on library research for your English 110 research project. If you are, let's say we're doing our topic on reasons why students cheat in school. Those are the causes rather than the effects. Here I am inside the research databases, showed you how to get here in video number 2. And I'm going to open up Academic One file and start typing. So I'm going to type in cheating. Let's see here. Why students do not engage. Okay. Call for European integrity standard. Standardized testing, research on professional responsibility. What you see that I'm doing here is I'm looking at my search results at a very high level. If I jump in and read article by article, I'm going to go down the rabbit trail really quickly. So I'm going to stay at a high level and look at titles that might be useful for me for later. I want to focus on cheating within the United States, so maybe I'll skip ones like this, where they're outside of my scope. The call for European integrity, well, that's based in a different geographic location, so I'm going to skip over that one. I'm not really focusing on standardized testing, so I'm going to skip that one too. Let's see here. Business case competitions. So cheating behavior in a competitive setting, that's very specific. A lot of professional research really is specific. So let's see here. I'm gonna go with the first one. Take a look at that to show you some of these tools. Now, bring this up here. So I'm inside the article. You're going to notice at the top, this is your bibliographic information. You have your author, your date, you're going to have your publication, and the sponsoring organization of the publication. Sometimes it's a university, sometimes it's private, sometimes it's government or nonprofit. It tells you what type of article it is. This is important because it determines the type of article or document that it is, will determine the format for the bibliographic citation. Let's see here. Well, this looks good, but it's awfully short. So this might not be something that's for us. Let's go back. Go back to my results. And I'm going to keep poking around. Let's say, all right. So ignoring the content for now, I'm going to show you a couple of other features. So in a scholarly publication, which is usually based on scientific research or social science research, a lot of times done out of a university or maybe a private research establishment, they're going to have a certain format of documents. There might have an abstract or a background section, which gives you that kind of information. It might tell you the methods and how they conducted the study, how they measured, talk about how they did their statistics, etc. So this, you can see that it has a lot of very specific statistics in here and specific numbers, and that's going to be more scholarly rather than popular. Also, if you scroll down to the bottom here, this article also has its own references as well, which is another indication that it's a scholarly from a scholarly publication. Now, you don't have to choose scholarly for this class, but when you get into your major later on, you will probably be expected to read scholarly journals. you should definitely know the difference at this point. Okay, so I showed you how to use the cite tools in the last video, right? So next I'll show you a couple of other tools. So let's say I want to keep this article for later, and I want to save time by not having to perform my search and dig through this pile again. You don't want to waste time that way. So what do? Well, you can send to. Send to means you save the article, you're sending it to yourself. You can send it to your Google Drive folders in a Gmail account. You can send it to OneDrive. The OneDrive is the free storage account you have with our campus. You can also just simply email it to yourself. Easy enough. And that way it will give you an option. Do you want a full do you want a PDF, or do you want the full text in the body of the email? That's really your decision. So emailing yourself is a good way to hang on to the article for later. You can also download. You can see how it downloaded in the left-hand corner. You can find that in your downloads folder. You can hang on to it on your personal computer if you have one. You can also print it if you prefer to work with printing. That's up to you. It's gonna try and connect you to whatever local printer you might have connected to your computer. Get a link. This is handy. However, I've had mixed results with this. So be careful with this. If you do this get a link option, then I recommend testing it out. I have gotten lost and lost my articles by using that before. Okay, another cool feature is if you're signed in, okay, you'll see that I'm signed in as Amy. This is in my library account. You can actually use the highlighter and the notes feature. Let's say you want to keep this for later. Highlight it, okay? Click highlighter, choose your color. You can also add a note, such as something like this. Use in paragraph 4 on reason number 2, for example. Save, and then that will save your work for later. On the in the toolbar here in the upper right hand corner, you'll see where it saved my highlighting and my notes, and then you can go and view all of them and jump right to the section you were looking at. So this saves inside the library when you're signed in your account. What do you do when you can't find what you're looking for? There's 2 or 3 main pitfalls that students fall into. They either find too many articles or not enough articles. Well, it usually has to do with one of 2 or 3 things. You've got, see my search terms here, cheating, reasons. I might have to change these. You might have to play around with them. You might have to find words in a thesaurus. You might have to find buzzwords in that particular field. You can do a quick online search in Google to find out what are common buzzwords in your field of study. Let's see here. Like, for example, for my topic, why do students cheat in school? Teachers often use the word academic dishonesty. That's something that is more of a teacher talk, and you might find that in the research. So also notice your spelling, because that will throw everything off. And if you have one letter off, you're not going to find what you're looking for. Also, so academic dishonesty, you'll see where it gives me some pre-populated options. So now I've got, again, here I've got nearly 1,000 hits. Jumping back into some of the filters, you have more than one option, not just date, like I showed you in the last video, but you also have other options as well. So I'm going to set the dates within a 5-year range. 5 years is a good rule of thumb, but it really depends on your topic. If you're working on something in technology, then you want to do something in maybe the last 2 or 3 years. It really depends on your topic. I'll be happy to talk with you about that if you need to. I'm gonna hit apply. I'm also, maybe I want to look at just the news articles. So I can use the filters at the top just to show me the news articles, okay? Or perhaps I want to narrow it down by subject over here. So I'm going to look at news articles, student cheating, plagiarism, see how there's only 46 here and 35 there. Those are some options that you can do to further whittle down your search. So now we're down to 46 hits, all news articles within the last 5 years under the subject of student cheating. So this is a way to narrow down your search when you have way too many. So use filters, change up your search results, play around with it back and forth. And if you're still having trouble, you can contact me directly, or you can also contact the library. They have great resources that you can now find online. You can actually set up a tutorial meeting with one of the librarians. That's all for now, and I wish you luck with the next stage of your research. Trying to stop the video.